Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Crystal Heart Psychic Spiritual Radio. My name is Caroline Crystal Hart, founder of Crystal Heart Psychics. I'm a psychic medium, so I work with my guides. I'm also clairvoyant, which means I get pictures in my head in symbolization form. And I'm also a qualified life coach and healer and hypnotherapist and Reiki master teacher as well. So today we're going to talk about the energies, and obviously we're here to accept live calls. I see you're online, Nava. So how are you today?
Can you hear me? I'm not sure how this app works. It's my first time here.
Right. No, I can hear you absolutely fine. So,
Oh,
um,
good. Hi, Caroline.
yeah. Hi, how are you? Right.
I'm
So
good.
I'll explain a little bit about how it works. So obviously the way I very much work is, yes, I do readings, but I also do healings. So again, like anything that you need any help on, just ask away and then we can have a look in deeper if that's okay. So how can I help you today?
Oh, thank you. First of all, I just wanted to express my gratitude for this space and for you being here today.
Thank
Also to
you.
Betty Boop for inviting me here. Hi, Betty Boop. So I just have what I call a gift in my life that I'm not sure which direction it is going to unfold into. My husband and I have been looking for a second home in Joshua Tree. I live in California. And an opportunity arose with one that we placed an offer on. And she did not accept the offer, but she really wants me to have the space. She knows me and she and I have a friendship.
Mm.
At the same time, another one popped up and she's interested in selling, and I have an excellent relationship with her as well, and she knows I'm interested in purchasing her space. So there's these two beautiful spaces that have come forth, and the second one I feel very, very excited about. However, I don't know if it's going to actually unfold. My realtor said that the second one, she's shown interest in selling it many times, but never have.
Mm. Mm.
And so here we are in this time frame now where she's showing interest in selling it. So I'm curious if you feel anything or see
I
anything or hear anything that might come forth from this scenario.
Right. So the first property, when you were telling me about her and she rejected the offer, it is a financial, it's nothing against you. I think they've got to make like a minimum amount, like if someone's over here in the UK, if someone's got a mortgage, if someone says, right, to cover my legal expenses and my mortgage, then I'm going to have to sell it for this. So she doesn't want to drop below what she can't afford, but that also could be negotiated. So it's not a no. Like I know you said she said no at first, but it's not a no yet, right? Okay, so let's just put the first
Oh,
property to one side. The second property I do feel by all means put in an offer. But the other thing that I'm getting is like a picture of horses to the final race. It's the one who comes out with the first acceptance that is more acceptable to you because what I'm feeling with the second one, and okay, maybe because of what the realtor said as well, but she may go back and forth with you. The first one seems more certain about selling. The second one, I think, to be honest, though, what I do pick up and what I am getting, if she knew it's going to the right person, she would sell. But she's
yeah.
been undecided about selling for some time. I think she wants to sell, but she doesn't want to sell it to the wrong person because it's a bit pressure. I don't know whether she's very in love with the property, but it's a tough decision to move. Does that make sense?
It
So
does. Yeah, go
is she
ahead.
got to move? Is she got to move from circumstance then? Because that's how it feels to me. Like she wants to sell, but she doesn't want to sell. But it's a tough decision. Whether there's lots of memories there, but I think if the right person was there, she would go for it. But I still get that she's unsure.
Yes, I feel you're really right on with both of them. Yes, I really feel into this. And the first one, she was very clear on the amount of money she needs so that she can clear her debt for the house.
Mm.
My only I have a couple hesitations with it is that we have to rebuild the whole interior because she gutted it, which is fine. We've been really guided to amazing people who could help
Mhm.
restore it. It's just it's next to an Airbnb. That is a red flag for me. The
Okay.
second one, she is an Airbnb host. She's very connected to her space. She loves it. And in the past, she has talked to me about selling it to me, and then it kind of passed again. So
Mhm.
you're really in tune with her. She's not clear. So yeah, I can sense that as well.
Yeah, but and I will say this to you, as much as you're going, oh, these two properties and I absolutely love them, and I'm quite confused. I think for you, you and your partner want to move quite quickly. So I feel that there's any kind of slowness in the move date. I think you would probably you need to be gathering momentum now. And I think some of this is causing you to say, and I am picking up. So the reason why I'm saying this is I'm also picking up a third potential space that you could look at that's got
Oh,
everything you need and want and will move at the pace that you want it to move.
and do you feel that this third potential one is in the same space or in
Yeah,
the same city
yeah,
or somewhere else?
yeah.
Okay. Ooh,
And
that's
it just,
exciting.
yeah, so it does feel like, as I say, the words I'm getting, and I don't know whether you know the words dilly dally, but it feels like both of them in their own way. It's like it's right, but it's not quite right.
Right.
And with that, it then, with manifestation and how the universe works, if it's not fully what you need or want, then it gives you another opportunity. So I don't feel this is the end of your search with these two people. It would be great
Oh,
if the
good.
second, yeah.
I love that. That's very exciting because in the past I have been impulsive with places and I haven't fully listened to my higher self in my choices.
Mm,
And not that they've backfired, but they just have not been alignment with my highest, greatest joy. And
yeah,
so I'm really in a surrendered space where I'm like, Spirit, you show me. You
yeah.
show me where this place is. I'm willing, I'm open, I'm taking the action. Yet I really want to follow that. Like, this feels so good.
Mm.
Not the part where it's like, well, maybe I can make this work. Maybe I can do that. That for me is a red flag
But
because
it's
that's
not
where
that.
I
It's the but factor, and it's the what you can or cannot live with. So
right,
the thing is, you're like, oh, that works, right? But there's this. And
right.
I will tell you a story. It's about my history, but it's an example. So 20 years ago, I was getting divorced, and I decided because I was moving from a bigger house to a smaller house that I needed a space with a conservatory and a garage, but I wanted it backing onto a wood. I looked at about 15 houses. And I did what you do. I went, oh, this is okay because I've sold my other house and I needed to put an offer in somewhere else. So I went, oh, this is okay, but it hasn't got a conservatory. The vendor pulled out, right? Then the second property I went to, I went, oh, that's okay, but it hasn't got a garage, right?
Mm.
So I put an offer in and then something else happened. So I was like, oh my God, So eventually I went and looked at lots and I'd actually given up the search. And my house that I still own, that has a conservatory and a garage. And I went, oh, well, that's okay, but it doesn't back onto a wood. Then I moved in and I looked out the bedroom window and it backed onto a wood.
Onto woods, is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
everything was
lovely.
absolutely perfect. And that just proves how the
Oh,
universe works. So it says, here's an example,
I love
but
that.
but you're not quite going to quite get it yet. So it's about setting. So the universe is saying, okay, so what do you want? So like you've said, okay, I really like the first place, but that's a red flag to me. So there's a but. Then the second place, it's like, she's a bit undecided. And I'm not sure how this will go. And I don't want to get stuck in stalemate. So I do think there's that part of looking around because you'll know and and the thing is, when it's right and it feels right and everything's great, it just flows and it will flow naturally.
And that's what's been so beautiful about this whole process, Caroline. There's been so much fluidity and flow.
Mm,
And with everyone, I feel like every single step of the way has been a bountiful blessing. And I just, whether it's the right place or the wrong place, it's been part of the flow. And
mm.
so, yeah, I just feel like I'm riding the wave. I just don't know where it's going yet. So,
Yeah, but in when you're in that place, just be very open and
yeah.
open to the energy coming in, so you can accept the gifts that you're about to be given. Because, the one time I said to Spirit, this was years ago, why is it you're not telling me my future? And do you know what they said to me? Life is full of surprises. And sometimes you're just never going to go know what you're going to get. And
That's so true.
yeah, but there's fun in that because it's the excitement, it's the discovery, it's the curiosity, it's the, oh wow, look at this place, that's amazing. And we could do so much with this. But every single one that you see gives you a different opportunity to look at it from a different perspective. But,
Mhm.
as I say, the second person my concern is, and I know you've already said that, I just feel she wants to, but she doesn't want to.
Yeah. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
very attached to it. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So you could like get 3 months down the road and then she decides to pull out. And that would be so
Right.
disappointing. But you could put an offer in and just see. But if you did, I would still say to you, keep open, you
Okay.
know,
Yeah, I
because
love that.
yeah, because otherwise, like what you don't want to do is set your heart on it for her to be indecisive in 3 weeks' time, you know? But I do feel very strongly with her that, like I said, it does feel very much like it's my precious and she
Mhm.
wants it to be looked after. So I think if she knew she got a really good custodian, she'd be okay at letting go.
It's been her place has been a second home for me, so
Yeah,
every time I'm there, she's so happy that I'm there because she knows I'm a steward of the land and the animals and Mother Earth, and I take good care of her space.
yeah,
So I feel a good relationship between us, but I do think, and I think you're right on with that, is her indecisiveness and her
yeah,
attachment to the space as an Airbnb host as part of her identity. So yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot that, there's a lot of,
But it's yeah, yeah. But I
yeah,
I do see another opportunity coming in, and I do think this one is not going to be that red flag. It's going to be like,
okay.
okay, this is it. We're going for it, you know? So,
Okay.
so yeah, it's be in the flow, sit back and enjoy it because I do feel that. So do you actually want to do a place up? Because I'm kind of getting that both of you been discussing, like, do you want somewhere where we just move into, or do we want to put our own stamp on it? I kind of feel you will want to put your own stamp on it.
With any place, we're going to want to put our own stamp on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, with both places, there are things that we would need to recreate creatively for us to have our own stamp there. So far, both of those places is the second place is ready to move in. The first place, I mean, that could be 6 months to a year of construction until it's move in ready. So, two totally different. But the second one, she could take 6 months to a year,
Yeah.
until she's ready to sell it. So I don't know. I am more excited about the second place only because I have roots there. The first place, the area, it's still in the same neighborhood. I just have not stayed in that nook before. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. And
so
this is
yeah,
what I mean. I think she should be fine. But if you do go for the second one, you may need to have patience. And
right,
also, I would be very sort of, I would be warning you, like, don't put all your heart and soul into it just in case she kind of goes, oh, I can't do it. Because
right,
that's how
yeah.
it feels, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Um, the first one, she's good. But again, I kind of want to say she's looking to cover her debts and everything. But again, I just feel like she's not going to drop it. And it's at the top of your range. Does that make sense? So,
Yep, you're right on. It
yeah.
is.
So again, it's like, do I really want to stretch myself that much? Because I'm still going to want to put my own stamp on it.
Yeah,
But the thing is,
exactly.
I do see one around woodlands, so it kind of feels like the woodlands theme is coming up again, but it feels like you're more nearer that space than the other way. So yeah, yeah, you're doing good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really love your insights and your exploration on this, and you have lovely energy, and I'm so grateful to have
Yeah.
connected with you today. Yeah, thank you so much, Caroline.
Well, it was lovely to speak to you, Nava, and I wish you all the best, but you're gonna have to let us know how you get on. I will
I
say,
will.
and I was saying this to Lily or Betty Boop actually. I was saying this to Betty Boop the other day. I was saying the Podbean is the live call-in will end on May the 18th, so we will be finding another way forward through StreamYard or
Oh,
something like that. So
really?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know
yeah,
that.
yeah. So Podbean's stopping doing live call-in shows on May the 18th. So I'll do another couple of shows before then. But yeah, we then I've got to find an alternative platform.
Oh, wow. Well, that should open eventually at some point,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah, well, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, well, it's again, it's another step forward, isn't it? But we we do there. But no, I'm really pleased, and I do feel that just as a future prediction, it feels like May you'll have made a decision, and it will move very quickly. It'll be like whoa, and it feels like August time is the time that you'll be in your place. So yeah.
Thank you.
So I hope that helps.
It
But
is.
you
It's
have
so
lovely
helpful.
energy, and it's very light, and
Thank you.
it's so wonderful to see someone who's just sitting in the flow and say, "What will be," and I'm just going with it for now.
I like the surrendered space because then the universe can actually show me rather than me saying it needs to be like this, and that, because the universe and spirit always has a greater.
You still there? Yeah, you still. So you just went off for a second there. I can hear you.
Sorry, a call came in, so I just hung
Is
up
that what
on
it
it.
was? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like I always say with manifestation, it is at the point where, if we say, oh, I've had enough or not, I've given up searching, you can guarantee that's when it will come in because the expectation is actually killing, sort of killing the sense of the universe being able to give. So
Yeah,
I always say, like, when you're in expectation, it's kind of when it doesn't happen. When you're
yeah.
in gratitude and appreciation and looking for the blessings to come in, it comes in quicker because,
Oh, it's so true. I love that because that's when your heart is open and ready to just receive.
mm, mm,
Gratitude just is amazing. I love that you said that. Thank you.
yes. So I'm sending you lots of loving blessings, and it was so
Thank
wonderful
you,
to talk to
Caroline.
you.
It's so
And I wish
lovely to
you all
talk
the
with
best.
you.
Okay, you take
Okay.
care now. All right
Okay. Thank
then.
you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Right. So, who have we got? So, today I was actually going to talk about the energies as well for April because we have just had the spring equinox. And what I am going to say is everything seems to be lifting. So, I kind of feel for me, January, February, and March, that basically that we were tidying up a lot of loose ends from last year. There is time for renewal and refreshment, which I think is starting to happen. And now I'm also seeing leaves unfold or flowers unfold. So we've been put in the right places to be able to move forward and allow ourselves to accept the blessings that we're actually getting in. Now, I'm just going to ask Betty if you want to come in. So, do you want to come into the show?
Caroline, am I still online? How do I take myself online offline?
Yeah, I think I've been trying to say to you, I can disconnect you if you want, but I was trying to mute you earlier, but I can't actually do that. So I think you would have, I can disconnect you if you want to, no.
Okay, yeah, just so I don't interrupt you and Betty
That's
Boop.
fine.
And
I mean, you can mute yourself, but I can't mute you
okay,
from here for some reason.
okay,
So,
I'm
She has
familiar
to
with the
press
app.
the microphone next to the gift to mute herself.
Oh,
yeah,
There you
there
go.
you go. There you go. Hi, Betty. How are you today? So
Good.
how can I help you?
Well, what I was going to say is that we had this conversation not too long ago about like, at least she's in the right area. So the
Mm,
first two places seem to be enough to get
mm,
her husband on board to, yeah, we can do this. We can live here.
Yeah,
And then the third one's the charm.
absolutely. And that's what I mean. And it's like the mystery house. But it just, I think the thing is about being open to receiving new opportunities that are coming in and also having your heart open and being flexible in what you need. Because as we've said before now, spirit gives you what you need, not necessarily what you want. So I do
Yeah,
think it's a beautiful thing to be coming through. And I do really feel at the moment, and this is just from the many readings that I've been doing recently, and also the energies I'm picking up, which is very much the case of we're all being put in a position where we're ready to move forward onto the next stage. And what I mean by that was we've all had a lot of challenges last year that we've had to step through, being tested to the limit, I would say. But as you know, we're in the year of the fire horse as well. So everything is gaining momentum. It's going to move forward quite quickly. So now we're all accepting in gratitude and being in the flow. It's very much a case of things are going to come in quite quickly. So I do see positive energies coming in the, in the next few months for everybody. I think it's going to be really good.
that's good.
So, yeah.
I know somebody I talked to about an hour ago said that they're going to be late tuning into the show. So I wanted to find out. I have a friend who's working, and so I'm jumping in where they couldn't get on because when they're working, obviously, like they can't talk to you. But
Fair enough.
um, I was wondering if you could answer a question for someone who couldn't actually join the live
No, that's
broadcast.
fine. That's absolutely fine. I can do that. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a friend who her and her husband relocated to an area a couple of years ago. It really wasn't what they thought, but nevertheless, they're there. So now she's working in a position that is really not 100% her, but nevertheless, it pays the bills.
Mm.
But she keeps getting like this feeling that she's going to be called for something much different as far as her work goes. And also that's going to cause a relocation. So she wanted to find out if you could pick up anything on like what the position would entail and where the relocation would be and like when. And then I'm going to mute myself for a few minutes because I'm in a noisy area. It'll just
No,
take me a
that's
few
fine.
minutes to walk
No,
out of
that's
it.
that's fine. Well, to
And
be
hi, Nava.
honest,
Hi, Betty Boop.
I miss you. I miss hearing your voice. It's so soft, like a brand new high count thread towel.
You're so funny. It's so good to hear your voice. It's been too long. I'm so grateful that we've been in contact with each other, though, via email. So that's really nice.
no, it's wonderful to be honest. Obviously, I've known Betty from Blog Talk for many years ago, and then I didn't realize this group existed, and then it's been lovely to reconnect with people. To be fair, so yeah.
I used to be the host of Spirit Therapy Radio, which was on Blog Talk Radio. And then, yeah, I did that for, I think it was like 3 years. So,
Mm.
yeah, these platforms seem to exist and then they, for some reason, dissolve.
Yeah. Well, as I say, I mean, Podbean's not dissolving. It's just ending the live call-in shows, which is a real shame.
Oh, this is what I was going to tell you, Caroline. Have you heard of Clubhouse?
No, but I'll look it up for sure.
Yeah, it's great. You can create a group and then market your show, and then people can just join you live. It's like talking on the telephone.
Wow,
They don't have a number to call in, but they'll join your group and then they're there live with you.
that's
I
fantastic.
I love Clubhouse and I've met some beautiful people and there's amazing communities. So that's a suggestion if you want to explore.
Okay, I'll have a look because I was looking at StreamYard, which I probably will go down that path, but I haven't quite looked at it all yet. So I'm sure it'll come to me. I'm going to sort of keep on Podbean because I love Podbean and the way that live calling works, but it's just a shame it's ending.
Yeah.
So, but it's ending the live calling to focus on its AI show. So, yeah.
Is Clubhouse just like this? Because when I was researching a similar platform, like on Sunday, Clubhouse did come up. Is it similar to this?
Yeah, it's like all of us talking right now and more people, if so. And everybody, it's like a group,
Mm.
or they call them houses, that you can create any type of house and market it as a show.
Okay.
And people can join and listen, or they can ask questions, however you want to.
So it's a bit similar to Blog Talk in a sense then, because
Yeah, it's just like the way we're talking now. And
yeah.
then if more people came in and they raised their hands, like you raise your hand
Mm.
to speak,
Mm.
and then you join the speaker,
Yeah.
and then, explore that way. I find it very interactive and really easy platform to
Okay.
uh,
Something to look at. I'll have a look
navigate.
at that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, that'd be great. I keep saying, I've got to say this to you now, but I keep seeing pictures of this place and I do love it. It's going to be really lovely. Nature.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. Is it desert or is it a
No,
forest?
it's almost like the way I'm getting the pictures, when you see those beautiful woodland scenes, like with rabbits and things, that's what Spirit are giving me as the picture.
Okay.
I
So
just saw a rabbit. I just saw a rabbit.
So
Oh,
I
that is
keep
so
saying
funny.
this, yeah, but I keep seeing this picture of this blooming rabbit. So I'm going to give you that because that's Spirit's way of saying, and it'll be something where you'll just smile, because you'll go, all right.
Yeah.
So, because I do think
Thank
that
you.
Spirit have an amazing sense of humor. Because I have a beautiful horse, and I will say this to you that when I bought him, I didn't know because like horses have stable names and they have passported names, yeah. So my business is Crystal Heart Psychics. He is called Diamond is Forever. That's his real name. But I didn't know that till after I'd bought him. So that's just
His
for having a bit of a sense of humour.
his name is Diamond what?
Diamond is Forever.
Oh, I love that.
So, but that's his passported name. And I didn't know that till after I'd bought him. And it just seemed very serendipitous that my business is Crystal Heart Psychics. So
And
it's
that's the way it works.
and that's the way it works. It's absolutely
Exactly.
fabulous. So I do think like you'll look at. I think the rabbit thing is probably a sign, but don't be obsessed by rabbits. Just go with the flow. But
Yeah.
it'll crop up somewhere. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
So
rabbits are also like the new baby, like the pregnancy.
oh wow.
But also, I mean, I feel like I'm watching that show House Hunters, where they're like, the couple is going to search and they're like, house number 1, house number 2, house number 3. But, like, I think if house number 3 came first, it would have been too easy.
Yeah.
And then it would have been like, oh, you know what I mean? So because 1 and 2 are just bumps on a log, you're ready to pull the trigger when 3 comes along, right?
And that contrast also is what kind of brings forth that yes, when finally you do
Mm.
hit that third space
Yeah. Well, the thing
without
is,
hesitation.
yeah, it is because, like, as I say, when the butts, it's like, what could you live with? But when all the butts get removed, you go, right, that's okay, but that feels right. And there is maybe a slight but it's not the same but as what the other two were. It's
Hmm.
like, no, we can live with that. Whereas I think the first one, you've gone, yeah, it's beautiful, but of that
Yeah.
Airbnb, it's not for me. And that's a real
Yeah,
red
it
flag.
is.
And I'm not really sure whether I want to move into that. So,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. It's new and exciting, is all I will say.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So back to you, Betty. Sorry. Okay, with your friend. Now, the funny part is, I don't see her moving location, not yet. Now, I don't know why. Are you still there, by the way?
I'm here.
Okay. I don't know why, but it feels she does have to look for another role first. That is a big shift. That may cause a relocation, but I keep getting not yet. And I don't know why, but where they've moved to, they've kind of made it work. But it also feels that where they are, they haven't fully discovered everything about it. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
So it feels like there's a lot more to offer, but they haven't opened their eyes yet.
I think it's a situation where they ended up where they're at out of necessity. And so they're they've maybe have taken the mindset that they don't belong there at all
Mm,
because they ended up there for for a really weird they ended up there out of a weird reason, and because of that they haven't, like, I didn't pick Asheville. I didn't move out of Wisconsin to move to Asheville. I left Wisconsin to move to Miami, and I ended up in Asheville. And after 2.5 years, I've quit resisting it because, let's face it, this is where the universe put me, and it's where I've decided I'm just, not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. But
mm,
with their situation, they resist it 1,000%
mm.
and haven't, and just kept thinking, well, when I move, my life will start. When I move,
Yeah, but that's the
it'll
problem.
be
That's how I feel. They're very stuck with the negative opinion of the place where they are. And don't get me wrong, there is certain places where you are put in a position where you're moved to and you think, this is not for me. I just don't want to be here. They could move if they wanted to, but I think what they've done is they've gone, okay, we're here. And it feels like they've constantly been looking to get out of where they are, but
right.
they've stayed. But then because of that, they haven't seen the opportunities that's coming in for them and they haven't explored the space where they are. Because actually, if they did, they would find it much better than what they think. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, because that's what I had to do. I
Yeah.
wasn't willing to do that for some time,
Mm.
but then I was just like, I have in all these situations that I didn't like, once I leaned into it,
Yeah.
I found the greater meaning.
Mm.
But with their situation, she just does not see a future
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. And that's fine. And I do feel they'll move, but she does need to relocate. She does need to start looking for other opportunities in her job first before moving. And I think it's this whole thing about, well, if I get another job, I can move. Okay. But which one are you going to do first? Move and then get a job, or get a job and then move? So,
She wants to get a job and then move. So
yeah.
any clues on where that would be a good, like, where would her honey hole be?
I'm kind of picking up. I don't know where they are now in the country, but I keep picking up Florida.
They just moved from Florida. That's where they came from.
But did they like where they were in Florida? Because it's
So
coming
they
up
had
quite
the
fast.
house,
Yeah.
they didn't have the job.
Yeah. Okay. So they did like where they were. So they wanted to go. So I still feel they'll end up back there then. Because I kind of feel they wanted to be there, but the opportunities weren't there for them. But I do feel that where she's looking to move is nearer to there.
Okay. Can't, and I've been working with her with the work opportunity, but I can't figure out where the missing piece is with that either.
Yeah, because the thing is, I feel like they feel that Florida is where they wanted to be. And it's almost like it feels like it's like, okay, we haven't got the opportunities here, so we've got to move. But then there's almost like a resentment to where they are right now because they wanted to be over there, but they've got to find the job first. So I do feel it's about her sitting down and thinking what she wants to do and what opportunities are available in that area. But I am being told to keep looking and being shown September is a significant for her. But I also feel on a career level, is she trying to think about changing her career so she can open herself to opportunities that are in the right area that she wants to be?
Yeah, the idea came to her that it was her current position was going to expand into film,
Mm.
but that's as far as I got.
Mm. Yeah, she's quite blocked. I will say this. I am actually going to send some healing her way. Obviously, because she's not on the show, I can't do the forgiveness work with her. But what I can ask is my guides and angels to actually send healing across to her to soften her energy up. Because I think once we soften the energy up, it's actually, she will then have a better insight of where she wants to be. Because it just feels she's quite stuck on, you know, what we were saying about expectation. She's quite stuck on the expectation of where she wants to be. And that softness and that relaxing and gratitude of being grateful for welcoming the new guests that come in isn't quite there yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I think after some time of like looking, you
Yeah.
kind of feel like, oh, well, it'll just come to me.
Mm.
And so you stop looking
Yeah.
and you just want it to come to you. But you're saying it's not going to come to her. She's got to go and look for it again.
Yeah. It does feel sort of like she has got to. I just feel that I'm getting the being more open, the being relaxed about it. Because it's like they moved there and both of them completely tensed up because they didn't like where they were. And I do feel her partner is just as tense as she is. But I also feel he's accepted it better than she has.
I would agree with that.
So this is also where she's saying, I want to be over there. And he's like, I quite like it here, actually. And I just think there's some tension. And I still really get this whole thing that she's quite closed off to discovering the area that they're in because she'd quite like it if she actually looked and opened up a bit. But it's not saying that it's a temporary thing, you know? And I think for her, the temporary thing is like, if it's temporary, that's fine. But again, she needs to work out what she wants to do with herself because she's quite specific and quite unique in what she does, isn't she? So,
There's only one like her.
yeah, exactly. So she's quite specialized, but I am being told she could work from anywhere in the world and be self-employed for some reason. So it doesn't feel like she has to get a job to move. It kind of feels that she could move and set up herself as self-employed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. But I feel like she just keeps thinking there's going to be an opportunity that's going to change all of that.
No, she needs to make the opportunity. I just get this real feeling that she's quite stuck in a loop. Yeah. And the loop is that I don't like it here. I want to get out of here, but there's nothing around that I want to look at job wise. So I can't move until I've got the job. So it's a constant vicious circle. So I
Right.
think, she's got to sort of sit back. And I actually keep being told to say meditate, because meditate's a really good thing to get some internal answers about, okay. And it's like those questions like we've talked about in the past, like, am I at peace here? And if not, why am I not at peace? Is it not at peace because you just don't like where you are, or you're not at peace because it's not where you want to be?
Well, I can only speak for myself. And for
Mm,
me, it just was like I kept envisioning something different for
mm,
myself.
mm,
And, but I was wasting a lot of energy working on bending my
mm,
situation. And when I finally was like, well, maybe this is just my home for now. even if it's
Yeah.
just another 2 years,
Yeah.
everything just started to fall into place.
Yeah. And it's that having that openness and acceptance of what's coming next. And like what we've discussed, spirit do give you what you need, not necessarily what you want sometimes. But they're very close to the mark and putting you in the right place. And it might not feel like that at the time, but there's a reason. And okay, sometimes you've got to learn a lesson from that, but then it makes us stronger for the next lesson. But I just get the feeling with her, she's just quite blocked up about where she is. And it's almost like I want to say a little bit hung up about it. And I think if you let go of that for a moment and just open to new opportunities coming in, everything will open up a lot quicker for her.
Yeah, and she just does not really like or care for the work that she's doing now because it's so different than what she's been doing for so long.
Yeah, yeah. But again, if she wants to do that work, she needs to go to the place where that work is available. But I still feel quite strongly she is very capable of working remotely and, being able to get contracts that are quite significant for her. So she can do it two ways. She doesn't have to look for another job. That's how it feels to me.
She doesn't have to look for another job.
No, I don't feel she does.
Okay.
But does she actually hate the job that she's in?
She hates the hours. It's not the work, it's the hours.
Mm. But I keep being told she can do that remotely from anywhere. So does she have to, do you know if she has to go into an office? Because I feel she does, but I feel she could negotiate better terms of her employment. Because she can claim
Um,
flexibility.
so like she's working 2 jobs right now. She's
Yeah,
working the job that she always had and wants to go back to full time. And then she works a job with her partner, and that's the job that she wants to hang up. Like,
yeah,
I think,
yeah.
would it be possible? Let me ask you this. Would it be possible for her partner to substitute someone else in the position she's in, and then she could go back to what she was doing?
100%.
Okay, so I think that might be a better situation where her partner finds a substitute for her,
Mm.
and then she could go back to what she was doing, concentrate on that. He can keep what he's doing going, and that would be the
That would be the answer, but she'd have to do so. I think he doesn't trust. That's how I feel. So I think he wants her to support him. But I also pick up that she's been supporting him for a long time and he needs to give back a little bit to give her a little bit of a rest. But I do
yeah.
feel they'll work it through. I do feel she could cut her hours down with him for sure. And he could get help that's the words I pick up is more appropriate. So I don't know what he does, but he almost needs a partner.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
And
I recommended that before, but I got a lot of pushback, so.
yeah, and and again, it's sort of like I do feel that he's a little bit stubborn, and I also think it's affordability as well. So, like, obviously, if someone else helps him, he's got to pay them a salary. Whereas I don't necessarily feel that she takes as much as she could, if that makes any sense. So it's all about he's like, no, no, I need you to help me. I need you to support me. And I do feel he's a little bit stubborn with that. So, and she then thinks, no, no, I need to support him because he's my partner. But in the process, she's not doing what she loves, is she?
That's what I'm aligned with.
Mm. So it does feel like he just gets, I just feel that some of the reason why they're staying where they are and she's expressed that she doesn't want to be there. I do feel some of it is because he's like, it's okay here. What's the problem with it? There's a little bit of that. But I also feel she does, how do I put it? She does need to sort of have her boundaries about what is right for her. And he also needs to compromise.
Mm.
Because this move has been for him, not necessarily for her. She's done it because she's his partner. But I feel that this is why I feel she's blocked, because it has to be a compromise. They are a relationship, they are a partnership. Therefore, there has to be a compromise. I think the problem that I'm getting is I think he's a little bit of the block, because I think he quite likes where he is. She doesn't. But he's getting more opportunities than she is. So he's going, well, what's wrong with it? Because my business is taking off and everything's doing okay. And we'll be okay if that works. So it feels like he's very much like, I'm okay with doing what I'm doing because it's growing. And in the process, she's kind of, yeah, she's burning herself out.
Yes, 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 yes.
So I do feel it's a little bit of boundaries from her side, because I also feel, you don't, you compromise in relationships, but I always say this, there's compromise and then there's giving up who you are. And they're two completely different things. Yeah. Because like, if you are giving up who you are to be in a relationship, that's not a healthy relationship. A relationship is two people coming together as a team and they're both supporting each other in equal parts. But I think it's her generous. She cares a lot and she's very generous in nature. So in some respects, she's allowing him to get away with it.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. But it also feels like, because if you carry on doing that for so many years, then what happens is your respect and your boundaries get eroded. So you do every so often have to like put your foot down and say, no, this is what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
I did share out the show link, so
Okay.
you'll be able to listen back to the replay.
Yeah. Well, I hope that helps, but I just think she's got to look at what she really wants. But I think the pair of them need to sit down and have a conversation as well. But I think his business is growing, and therefore he's like, well, I've built up all this now. So then there's a reluctance. So I get it, but that's why I'm not I'm getting a bit of a block on the job that's coming in for her, because at the moment it's like she's just treading water. So in order to move forward, she needs to kind of have that conversation with herself and sit down and go, what do I really want? Once she's worked it out, she can have that conversation with her partner and they'll be fine. I think you might say, oh, I didn't realize, you know, but everything's okay with him. It's not as okay with her. So yeah, she just needs to
That would
work
be
that through.
so funny if they went back to the same area that they just moved from.
But I feel she views that as home, unless I picked that up as because it was where they were from. But I feel she was comfortable there.
Well, actually, they were from California, but they don't want to go back there.
Mm-mm. No, but she likes being by the sea. She feels
Yeah,
that's what that's all
that's
about.
true.
Yeah. So it feels wherever they go, it needs to, for her soul, almost needs to be a little bit more coastal, because it's her creativity as well. The two are attached. So yeah, but do you know what? I do feel they'll work it through. They both need to have a conversation, but first she needs to figure out, what do I really want? Because at the moment there's a lot of, I'm picking up the energy of, she wants to keep her partner happy, and she's accepted where she is. But on the same token, she's kind of like, do I really want this? Because I want to be over there. And he's like, yeah, but we're okay here. And she's like, no, but I want to be over there. He's like, yeah, but my business is doing okay and everything's okay here. But I do feel as well, she will put herself in a position where she's burning herself out if she carries on doing the hours she's doing.
Yeah, I
So
would say that's accurate, very accurate.
yeah, but she will get there. I just feel that it could be that they move back, but I just think at the moment the energy is so up in the air. She's kind of not decided she knows what she wants. I think it's him that's said, no, 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 we'll stop here. It's good here because the opportunities are here. So every time she has this moment, he talks her back round. So
Well,
maybe
it's stability. It's
yeah,
stability
yeah.
where, like, so stability is hard to give up.
Mm. Well, it is. And I think the thing is, like, once you have stability, especially if it's been quite tumultuous before, it's kind of like, well, let's just settle here for a bit and just gain our strength, get our stability back. But the thing is, like I said, there's two things going on. She is so set on she doesn't want to be there. She's blocking herself from what's seen in front of her. That's massive. Because I
Yeah,
don't,
there's definitely needs to be a rotating third.
yeah, exactly. Because I do think if she looked, it's that whole saying, isn't it? Look up and see what's around you. And actually, you might quite enjoy it, you know? It's not as bad as you think. But on saying that, again, it's that whole thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice to be by the coast, but then the opportunities. So it's kind of that balancing act. And I think they both really need to work out what they're going to do. But I do think for her, there's a little bit of she's got to start fulfilling some of her dreams because I feel she's given up a lot. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep.
Hence the frustration. So the
Yeah.
frustration is not about the place. It's about her not having the right opportunities. So, but the job is I do feel the job that she's always done is gonna do well. And I do think she will get promoted. I see that. But I also think she needs to keep on looking as well. But again, the other side is I do feel she could pick up and be self-employed and work remotely from anywhere.
And be very successful at it.
Yeah. And I think
I don't like a
once
growth of expansion or like a period of expansion or
I see
I
her
forgot what I was
expanding.
saying.
Yeah, I see
Oh,
her.
expanding. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's a period of expansion. And then I think once I'm being shown angel wings, so it feels like then she can grow her wings and go anywhere where she likes. So it's like a two-step thing going on here at the moment. So, but I also feel that she's having conversations with a partner, but he's very stuck on staying there. Not easy.
Oh, you just got somebody in.
Okay. Sorry, I
Okay.
haven't seen that. Okay. Sorry. I'm just coming in now.
Thank you. I'll get off so you can read the
Okay,
next
no
person.
worries.
Thank
Hi,
you. You
Shailene.
can
How are
next.
you? Hi, Shailene. How are you? Do you want to come into the show? Sorry, just okay. Hi, Shailene. How are you today? How can I help?
Well, I've just been going through a lot of little different odds and ends for a while and just wanted to know was it going to change?
Okay, right. The first thing I have about you, Shailene, and I don't know, and I don't want you to feel, there's no judgment here. It's just what I'm getting from my guide. Is it does feel at the moment like if I was to say being grounded, do you feel like you're a little bit all over the place?
Yep,
So
absolutely.
it feel like every time you try and move forward or step forward, and this is what I'm getting shown as a picture in my head, you kind of step on the ladder, but then it's like you're just getting off the first rung and then it kind of breaks.
Yep,
So it feels like you're being given opportunities and then they're being taken away.
yes,
Okay. So first and foremost, we are going to do a healing. So you know about what I do and who I am. So as you know, I'm a psychic medium, so I work with guides, but I am also a healer. So what we do sometimes is forgiveness work, where we forgive ourselves and we forgive those around us. We clear karma, and then that helps you move forward. Does that make sense to you?
yes,
Okay, good. So I'm just going to say to you, if you are sitting comfortably, I just want you to close your eyes. Okay. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I just want you to visualize having, beautiful, soft energy around you, almost like you're sitting on a cloud And you can just feel the lightness coming through you, and it's filling you all the way down through your head, through your shoulders, through your chest. And that beautiful light is just flowing through your body, allowing you to clear any negative energy you have around you right now, sending it up to the universe. And I just want you to say inside, I forgive myself. And just breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And if you feel a bit of tension in your chest or around your heart chakra, that's me coming towards you, okay? Okay? I love the giggles. That's brilliant because that means you're clearing energy. Okay. So I'm going to do the rest for you. So I forgive those around you that have hurt you in the past, the present, and the future, across all time and space, across all timelines, across all lives. I clear any negative karma coming up from any past lives. And I now bring in a beautiful purple white light energy, purple energy coming into you. And I'm being told to say to you, just imagine your feet on the floor like there's tree roots and you're growing roots to ground yourself. Okay. So this means that you're connected up through your higher self, but you're also staying grounded. Okay. And just breathe. Okay. So there is that see the light within yourself, which I kind of feel you're feeling a little bit now.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I've got a lady in with me in spirit. This is your grandmother coming in. Does that make sense to you? It feels like it's from your mother's side. She's been a guide with you for some time. Okay?
You know what? I don't know my
Yeah.
mom's mother. My mom's mother gave her up for adoption.
Okay. But it does
I
feel
have
like,
no information on my mom's side.
well, the thing that I'm showing you,
What?
there's two things. I'm kind of getting like a grandmotherly figure, but I'm also getting like a Native American spirit as well.
Okay,
Does
I
that
know I
ring?
do have I
Yeah.
know my mom told me that I do have Native American descendant for sure.
Okay. Okay. This is where
Oh
we're at.
my goodness. Actually, I have oh my goodness. Oh, I just felt I just got the chills all over my body. So a while back, my niece was doing, ancestry, and that we had a family. I don't know if it was a grandmother or a great aunt, but she was one of the first to fight in the Indian War.
Yeah. But I do feel it's Navajo. That's what I get. Okay. And I've just
Oh,
gone cold as I
okay,
said that. Okay.
okay,
But what I
okay.
do feel with this lady is with you helping you. And I do feel like at the moment, what I am being shown in its symbolization is you. I don't know whether you're thinking you're moving or you have moved or you've been gone through many changes, but it feels like you're packing boxes. So whether you're putting that old energy to one side or you're feeling more, as you feel more connected and grounded, it means you will move forward. So I've got to ask the question, have you been thinking of moving house or moving?
Uh,
It feels like you're on the move.
oh my goodness, this is it's because I'm trying to move forward spiritually. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In a in a different place because I'm learning things. I'm learning different things. But I'm currently right now staying in a room with my brother and I'm thinking about, renting an apartment and I'm not sure on that. I'm a iffy on that.
Yeah. So, okay, so I kind of feel the renting apartment resides with me quite a lot, you know? So it does feel as if you'll be renting somewhere. It feels again
Okay.
about building firm foundations, you know? So this is
Oh,
about you coming through and actually settling, because I think at the moment there is that part of you that craves that security. Does that make sense?
yes, it does.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yes, it does.
So,
And
of
can I ask you one question?
course you can.
Ah, oh, so I'm currently in a situation where I'm getting a divorce, right?
Mm.
And I keep going back and forth, not sure. I'm like, I'm positive of this, I'm unpositive of the situation, but
Okay. So,
I don't know
so
what to do.
okay. So I'm going to ask this question. Was the divorce, it feels like, was the divorce your choice or more him?
Mine.
Okay. But it's a situation that you've been, okay, this is why I'm picking up. I do feel it's a situation that you've been dreading, but it's something that you know that's necessary. Does that make sense? Because I kind of feel for several years you've gone round in circles. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Because it's like you've gone back with the hope of change, and then there's loads of promises made and it doesn't change.
And
Okay.
each time it's the same. Yep,
Yeah.
you're right.
So it kind of
Okay.
feels like, and I always say this when you're making a decision whether to leave or go through divorce or separate, it's, is it really what you want? How will that be financially for you? But that's not the point. It's also, do you still love that person? And are you prepared to tolerate the behavior?
Mm.
I think the biggest question for you is to tolerate the behavior. Because why do I pick up that does he get quite angry with you at times?
He does, and he don't let me speak. He don't let me say how I feel. I can't express myself. He thinks when I try to express myself, he thinks I'm arguing, and that's not the case. I'm just trying to let him really know how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's
But it
almost like,
doesn't matter.
yeah,
It's in a place where it doesn't matter. It's like I'm talking to a wall. It does
yeah,
not matter. It doesn't change. It doesn't go nowhere. And see, I'm in a place where I'm asking myself and I'm going over it. Do I want another 10 years of this? And it's
exactly.
not.
Yeah. And it's a really difficult decision because I do feel you've been with him for a long time. But it also is like, no, I think there's part of you that's having this push to say, well, it's my life now. And
Yeah.
actually, it's not a case of I've compromised. And I don't know whether you heard the reading I did for the previous lady, but there comes a point where you have to stay in a relationship. No, this is about the two of us, not one of us, two of us. And it's almost like, and I feel that your only option has been to say, I'm leaving because of the frustration because you're not being heard.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm staying with my brother, and he stays with the family member also, with his own
Yeah,
family member, and I stay with my
yeah,
brother.
yeah,
And I'm in a place where uh, I, uh, I want different. I'm tired of the same. I think
yeah,
I deserve a little bit more,
yeah.
not
And it's
being
also,
conceited or,
yeah, and it's also about your self-worth as well and how, because I do feel like when you've been quite successful in things, it's, you want a cheerleader as a partner, not someone that's going to put you down all the time,
man, yes,
you know?
yes.
And it's
And I
really
can't be
frustrating when,
myself.
yeah,
I can't be myself, and that feels awful.
yeah. And the thing is, when you like that, you end up hiding things. So you're not totally yourself in the relationship. So then you have to say to yourself, well, is this worth it? And I also, it is about your feelings. And yes, you could go back and I always say this with long-term relationship, it is a process. When I say that, because it's like takes time for the feelings to drop off and, there's that whole like, oh, could he change? And, yeah, change, but he has to be willing. And I just
And
think it's
I'm not the person that he's willing to change for.
no. And I think also
He's I think he's talking to someone else right now, but not
okay,
telling me, not being honest. I have a
yeah,
feeling, like, your gut feeling.
yeah, I'd listen, to that because gut feelings are right. You can sit there and logicalize it and make excuses, but also if
Yeah.
you're not being treated right, you've got to ask, is this worth it? And I just feel that you're in that place of, is this worth it? I'm not going to keep
Oof.
fighting something that, is a paper bag. And like I said, when you've been with someone a long time, it is really hard because we like to make excuses. We like to tell ourselves that it's okay. We've been together a long time. It's going to be okay. But again, it's about you being treated right.
Oof.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
And
think there's a
see,
lot of relief.
I've been through what really stuck me is that he was with me when my daughter was killed, so
Mm,
that was like a really
mm,
real tough time for me in a certain aspect. But then now it's like, okay, you know what? This is at a point where gotta push forward. We
yeah.
can't, I can't keep living behind. There's no sense of keep staying behind.
Yeah. And I just think, I mean, I will say from a point of view for us as psychics, I don't like to predict triangles. And to be honest, on the telephone line, for me, Crystal Heart Psychics, we're not, we don't do that by law. So
Yeah.
unless someone says this is what I know, I wouldn't necessarily say it. Do you know what I mean? But I think
Yeah.
the way what I'm being told by this lady that's coming, and I will say, I do see a long grey hair. She is in like an Indian clothes as well. So it is Navajo. I keep getting Navajo. So you need to look at that. But there's strength and spirit. And the other thing what I'm also getting is there's an eagle coming in. So that is like the eagle has landed and it's time to move forward. And I
Oh,
do, yeah,
I've been having a lot of conversation since yesterday. I had an experience Saturday,
yeah. Was it an eagle by any chance?
but what was I didn't want to listen.
Mm. I think
You
you're being
understand what I'm
saying,
saying?
yeah, I know. Spirit do show you where you need to be. And I'll talk about my experience. My ex-husband cheated on me, and that was 20 years ago. So I'm totally divorced, but I've been through what you've gone through. And I did the whole, oh yeah, I want to keep trying. But the thing is, eventually, after 3 months of complete emotional meltdown, I remember sitting there thinking, can I trust this person again? And the truthful answer was no. And if you're always going to be looking over your shoulder, wondering, when you're in a relationship with someone, you don't want to be looking over your shoulder, wondering if they're telling you the truth or not. That's an insecure relationship. Now, okay, if you're secure in yourself, you wouldn't necessarily feel that. But if you've got that gut feeling going on in your gut, I would say to you, trust it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got that. But oof, yeah,
Yeah.
oof, oof,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But I also
oof,
feel right now that you're on
oof.
and you're getting signposts from up above saying, no, no, this way, you're going this way. And it just feel
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
No, seriously. Be and upstairs is having it's like oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You are so on
yeah. Well, the thing is, it's like I was getting us like way back when, well, you can have him back, but in what form? And this is the thing. And if you know that you're never going to be treated right, you know that you're not getting respected, and healthy relationships are love, trust, and respect. And if none of those things are working, then you've got to ask yourself, what am I getting from this relationship? Is it equal? Is it 50-50? And I think
it's
then you can sort of say to yourself, right, this is not working. And it's
I just
hard.
heard in my spirit wasted time. I just heard that in my spirit wasted time.
Yeah. But don't
Time
think about
wasted.
it. It's not, though. It's lessons, right?
Right? It's lesson learned. It's
Yeah.
you learn different things, but see, if I was this is what I say. If I wasn't in this relationship, I wouldn't know what I know now, and I'm very grateful for what I know now
Yeah. And what you've
because
learned. Yeah.
of what I learned. Yes, because you know what? I've learned so many things and I've learned to accept accountability and
Mm,
I learned to love my mother
mhm.
unconditionally, like perfectly. Like and that's what I'm battling right now. I'm not battling the fact that I love my mom. I'm not
Yeah.
battling that. It's the fact me knowing that
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have my mom for a long time. You understand what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yes.
And if in the whole time that I was so angry with my mom, if I knew the information that I know now on forgiveness and everything like that, I sit there and say I could have had a better long relationship with my mom, but God's timing is right timing all the time.
Mm.
So I can't question where I'm at and why I'm here now. I'm
Mm.
here, love.
Yeah.
That's all I know is, and I know that this is one big obstacle that, oof, yes.
Yeah. But you're being
Oh,
shown. And you're being
yes.
shown signs. And I am being shown there is emotional release coming for you. And it's time to get busy making plans. But I also feel that the energy that Spirit is giving you today is for grounding and to
Yes.
have that ability to see clearly on what the future holds.
Ooh,
You know?
ooh.
And the one thing I do want to say to you is yes, you can do it on your own.
Okay.
It's okay.
Ah, I didn't even say it. I didn't
Yeah.
even tell you. I didn't even say that I was scared to live on my own. Because I never lived by myself. I never lived on my own.
Yeah.
Oh
Fear
my
blocks.
goodness.
Yeah. Fear is the biggest blocker for us. You know,
Oh,
it's that fear of, oh, I don't know whether I can be on my own. You can,
okay.
because if you sat down and looked at it, you would realize that your energy has been carrying this man for some time.
You know what? Yeah. Because you know what? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, because you know what? To me, you're just confirming I'm walking in the right path right now.
You are, and 100%.
'Cause-
And I do feel as well for you, there is a spiritual transformation on the way because Spirit's asking me to say to you, be more connected. You know, open yourself up, go and have some
Oh,
healing, walk
okay.
this spiritual path because I feel once you start to follow those signs, you know, everything is going to fall. You will be amazed. Now, I've got to ask the question, do you
Yes.
know anything about your father at all?
My father?
Yeah, because I have a gentleman in spirit, and it
Yeah,
comes
'cause
on
my
the
dad passed.
father.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
dad passed away in 2010, and I've been thinking about my dad a lot in different situations. Yes.
Was he quite small?
Oh, dad, no, but actually, my dad was like 5'10",
Yeah.
5'11", something like that.
But
Yeah.
did he always have a full head of hair as well? Because I'm being shown it in symbolization, but I've got a gentleman with me. He's got a full head of hair, but it's
Oh,
grey.
dad had a head full of hair, and his
Yeah.
mustache was so beautiful. Dad had always a beautiful
Yeah,
mustache.
I knew that's why. That's spiritual confirmation. He's with you. He wants you to be happy. You know, he's watched you
Ah,
suffer for way too long. And I think Spirit are urging you to move forward on your own.
no, that's what I've been holding it. Okay, thank you. Oh, ooh,
There
ah.
you go.
And I have a friend, somebody that I've known since kindergarten.
Mm.
Is that situation is good? She's my friend. She's been my friend, but she's my family now, also by blood because of my two youngest children.
Mm.
Is is that good?
It's good. It's okay.
Okay. Okay.
The people that you have
Uh,
around you right now, apart, and I'm going to call him your ex-husband. I know he's not yet. But I feel the family and the people that you have around you now are very loving, very supportive, and they want the best for you. And I think most of them have told you not to go back, right?
yeah, for sure. Yep.
But the thing is, like, it's always that thing. And, you know, I remember this for myself. All of my friends are like, what are you doing? But you come to that decision in your own time. But as you spend time away from that situation, you get your energy back and you realize who you are again. And I do think the fear of being on your own does block you from thinking, oh my God,
Okay.
what if I'm going to end up on the shelf and all of this? The bottom
Yeah.
line is you won't. But the other side of that is you are very capable of standing on your own 2 feet. Sorry, I'm just going to say this. Your dad said you should know better. He brought you up to be strong. So, because obviously, like as I said with him, he was a very doting, loving father. Did he bring you up single-handedly as well? Because it feels like he was very protective of you.
You know what? No, my dad has been in and out of prison all his
Mm,
life. Dad
yeah,
wasn't really
yeah.
down, but I love my dad. You understand? Like,
Mm,
he, that was, that was one thing that I just wanted to hear was my dad to tell me he loved me.
yeah,
Because that is something that I never heard from my dad. You understand? It was different.
yeah. And he was messed up. But obviously his is,
but
yeah,
but but what made me move past a lot was because I had to find out what my dad went through during
yeah,
his past since he was 14, because dad's been on drugs since he was 14.
yeah,
Then I had to come to an understanding what my mom went through, because
mm,
also my mom's mother gave her up for adoption. That's what I know. I just recently, for the first time ever, asked my mom about her mother, and my mom told me, why would I ask her that?
yeah.
And I didn't ask anymore. And
Mm,
that's the first time I ever brought it up, and I'm 50 years old.
mm. But it's good to get it off. I'm a firm believer it's better out than in. So it's good to get it off your chest. And your mum
Mhm.
has, and sometimes, like, as we get older, and I've learned this, is obviously as I've learned more about psychology and I've done readings, you see a lot more and you learn a lot more. And actually, sometimes when our parents aren't who we need or want them to be, or they haven't been able to offer what we needed, it's not from lack of love, which obviously as a child you feel rejected. It's more from they've
Seriously.
got their own issues. The thing is, when you start to say, well, they have their issues, they can't help who they are, you become into that place of acceptance and forgiveness. Your dad loves you dearly, but he was in a bad spot. He's after he passed, he sees it all. As you know, when spirit cross over, they are showed the blueprint of the life where they went wrong, where they did well, and all the rest of it. But he,
Yes.
believe it or not, if he wasn't so, he put himself in that spot. But again, it's because of his treatment from previous. So it's just dragged on through generations. But this is why
Yes.
I think this is why I'm picking up about the Native American thing, because there's a lot of spiritual energy around you. And I think spirit are very much in with you, supporting you, wanting you
Mm.
to move forward. And I also
Okay.
feel like locking into your spiritual energy. And that laughter that when we were doing that clearing was amazing. And every time you're having a low moment, you need to remember that because that will keep you going. It's very, very easy to get hooked back in and think and upset. Oh
Mm.
yeah, well it's better than nothing. But you know what? Being on your own isn't that bad. Yes, it can be lonely at times, but you will meet new people and you'll be amazed at the difference in yourself,
Wow.
you know?
Wow. Yep, I'm here. Ooh. Wow. I'm wow.
Well, it was lovely talking to you, Charlie.
It's lovely talking to you. Wow. Wow.
Well, yeah. I really do feel I'm looking forward to what comes to you now. Because I think,
Ooh.
yes, okay, you have got to start the proceedings and all the difficulties, but I think the biggest question for you is, do I go back and try again? And I'm not sitting here saying don't do that, it's your relationship, but I also feel there's lots of opportunities coming soon. And I think as you see things more clearly, and I'm being told in the next 6 weeks, so I do feel there's a lot of hurt and pain and anxiety that has been attached to all this. I think you'll feel far more positive about the future. Okay.
Ooh. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
But I'm
Ooh.
sending you lots of love. Um,
Thank you.
I look forward to hearing you. What I will say, and I don't know whether you heard me say it before, is Podbean live call-ins is ending on the 18th of May. I will do a couple of shows beforehand, but I will have something lined up. But if you follow the Crystal Heart Psychic Spiritual Radio page on, also if you're following Lily, it will be there anyway. So it'd be lovely to talk to you in the future. Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
All right then. You take care, Charlene. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Right. Okay. So We've just finished. We just finished with Shailene there. Darlene, did you want to come in, or does anyone else want to come into the live studio? Okay. Right. Well, I'm going to leave it there. But what I will say is, again, this is what we were talking about earlier, is the energy is changing very much around us right now. And again, we've got stuff that we've got to clear up from last year, and we're tying loose ends. So what I will say to you is that obviously, if anyone wants to come in, as I said, Darlene, I've just seen you there, and someone else entered the live studio. So if you do want to come in, please do. But otherwise, I'm going to be ending the show. Betty Boop, do you want to come and join me for 5 minutes before we close up? Hiya, how are
Hi.
you? Wow, that was
That was
lovely.
like, oh,
Yeah,
I loved that reading. It was beautiful.
yeah. So anyway, so there you go. So that is the end of the show. But yeah, Darlene has joined. So apologies, Darlene, if I didn't get round to you. And there is someone else that entered the live studio, but they're not actually wanting to come in for a live reading. But anyway, just so you know, I'm Caroline, and you can find me on crystalheartpsychic.com, where I log in as a reader. We do have a US card number, and I will be putting on the page when I'm available to take calls. You can follow the Crystal Heart Psychic Spiritual Radio page on Facebook, and also Lily and Friends Psychic Connection on Facebook as well. And the show will be advertised on whichever platform I do it next. But we will be sticking on Podbean till the 18th of May anyway, and then we'll move across. So that's it for today. So thank you very much for all of those joined. Yes, I look forward to hearing everyone in the future. Lily, would you like to say anything before we go?
I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here for the collective, and that, we really appreciate your energy and your clarity, and just to give you gratitude for the gift that you have that you share with the world, because you're allowing people to move forward, and it's incredible. So many
No.
blessings to you. Love and light.
Many blessings to you, and thank you for all who've joined. And we'll be back soon, but please follow the Facebook page or Lily and Friends Psychic Connections. And you've got another one, haven't you, Lily, which is Former Blog Talk, or have you changed the name of the group?
It's now Lily and Friends Psychic Connection on Facebook. That's the group. You can find it publicly. And for your future shows that you have, we will be posting events that will be posted publicly throughout. I belong to groups that have hundreds of thousands of members, and
Yeah,
everybody needs to hear about you and your company,
thank
Crystal
you.
Heart Psychic
Yeah,
Hotline. And you're amazing, and we love promoting you because you're so positive,
thank
and
you.
you provide clarity, which is what people are looking for.
Yeah, and I think also, I'm a real advocate as well of like people, yes, it's great to connect to your higher self, but also stay grounded because that grounded will allow you to move forward. And I think that's really, really important. And as I've said on many a show, and also I'm spiritual, but I'm also practical as well. So you don't normally get just the spiritual advice, you get the practical advice too. But yes, you can find me on crystalheartpsychics.com. You can follow my page, Crystal Heart Psychics, and then also Crystal Heart Radio, Psychic Radio. So, yes. So, anyway, it was lovely to talk to everyone. Thank you very much. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Take care now.